Hello, loyal fans and subscribers. ninamorifanboi here with my PBF Season 4 Week 2 team building video. As you saw last week, I battled the Houston Rotoms and won last minute due to a fluke. My opponent missed a high jump kick, cost him the game. Really unfortunate. I'm pretty disappointed that I had to win that way. And this week I'm definitely looking forward to, winning legitimately. And this week I go up against that Mad Bren, aka the coach of the Lacunosa Lucarios. Battled him last season and ended up defeating him. Hopefully gonna do the same this season, but he's got a powerful team. Oh my gosh. Okay, my computer just kind of freaked out for a second, but hopefully should be back. I think we're recording right now. Should be good. As I was saying though, his team is it's really powerful, and I think it matches up against mine nicely, really nicely. He has a Celesteela, I have a Magnezone, I have a Garchomp, but he has a Weavile, I have a Scizor, I have Mega Scizor, he has a Zardex, I have Rain and Garchomp, so it kind of matches up well, not to mention the other threats like Mienshao, Serena, Alakazam, Gastrodon, as well as some of my other things. Like I mentioned, Rain is kind of random. You got Chestnut and Gramble defensively, but I have the team that I want to use against them, and it is actually right here, and I'm going to go over it right now. So as you can see, first member is Scizor. I'm not putting Mega Scizor, I'm just going to put Scizor with the Scizor 8, because as you saw last battle, if you do custom battle, the Megas, they'll be Mega as soon as you start the battle, and I don't want that, so I'm just going to do it like this. I apologize if there's a lot of cuts during this, but my computer's having issues, and I just might have to cut a lot during this video. But point is, here's my Scizor. I wanted a little bulk. I believe this is actually the same bulk investment I had last week. I'm actually Impish, though, instead of Adamant, just to be a bigger counter to Weavile. Scizor is my designated Weavile counter. It switches into anything, threatens back with Bullet Punch. I think even this without Adamant is an OHKO, but if not, it's definitely a 2-hit KO, and if he has Life Orb, I think it is an OHKO. But yeah, there's Scizor. Like I said, I don't have U-Turn, I have Bug Bite. That's for things like Serena and Leavanny, I guess, and maybe Alakazam or Gastrodon. I also have Toxic for Gastrodon and Zardex. That way Zardex can't set up on me. If I'm just in a random situation where I can't switch out, but I don't want him to set up, I can just Toxic. It might not happen that way, but I do have Toxic for that reason. Little heat, but I think it might come in handy. Now secondly, I got Magnezone. This is my answer to Celesteela, of course. It's also got HP Grass for Gastrodon and Flash Cannon just for neutral things. Oh, and also Sylveon. But Serena, Leavanny, Alakazam, Weavile, I guess Thunderbolt would work against those two, but I was mainly considering the grass types, Leavanny and Serena. But it's kind of walled by Zard, but this isn't going to be used against Zard. It's for Celesteela. I have choice specs. If I'm up against it, I'll probably Volt Switch out in case... Wait, does he have a ground type? Gastrodon. Gastrodon is his only ground type, okay. And if I'm up against a Celesteela, I'm gonna probably have to play really aggressively and make bold predictions, which might make me not like the battle, because I don't like having to rely on that, 50-50s and stuff, but it might be fun. The point is, though, if I'm ever in against a Celesteela, I'll probably Volt Switch out in case he's Walk-On Berry or something, or Shed Shell, but Shed Shell is probably less likely, I don't know, because Celesteela can have Walk-On Berry, Earthquake, and then I'm dead. Thunderbolt with Walk-On Berry choice specs doesn't kill, so I'll probably just Volt Switch out into, as you'll see, my Pelipper. But yeah, if the Celesteela is in range of Thunderbolt, even with a Walk-On Berry, I'll definitely go for that. And then I have switch-ins to other things that can resist Thunderbolt, which looks like is only the Gastrodon and the Zard X, and like I said, his grass types. But yeah, there's Magnezone, and I see I forgot to nickname stuff, so be right back. Alright, I'm back. Named everyone, so we're good there. I don't think I mentioned the speed. This is for uninvested Serena, if I'm not mistaken, or like 1 point of speed investment Serena. And the rest in HP, just because I don't think I need it. I don't need speed for anything really, because he's got like the things that outspeed me regardless of my speed investment, and the rest are pretty bulky, so, and they're like at the same speed as me. Like Celesteela is, I believe, 61, Sylveon is 60, Serena is like 70, and I have enough speed for uninvested Serena. Leavanny I don't know about, but like these two outspeed me regardless. Gastrodon's pretty slow, and then Regirock is pretty slow. So I don't need much speed. Like I said, this is just for Serena. And then I don't think I mentioned this, but if I do KO something like Celesteela with Thunderbolt, and then he brings in Zard, I'm probably going to go hard into my Pelipper just to, you know, get up the rain on the potential Dragon Dance. Then I'll probably go out to one of my ground types, predicting Thunder Punch, and it'll most likely be my Garchomp, as you'll see, because I'm Scarfed, Jolly, able to outspeed the Zard at +1, of course, even if he's Jolly max speed. Can knock out with Earthquake. I also have Fire Fang for especially defensive Celesteela, as well as Iron Head for Sylveon, and Outrage if Sylveon and Celesteela are dead. So I could probably put something else. Probably should put Dragon Claw, but I'd have Outrage just because. Not much to say about Garchomp. It's probably going to be a win condition of some kind. I'm probably going to use it that way against Zard X. He might like fear it or something, but like I said, if I'm up in a bad position and he brings in Zard, I'll probably go out to Pelipper, and then predicting the Thunder Punch could go out to my Garchomp, which could also be a bad play, because he could just as easily go for a Dragon attack. But I also have this Granbull here, as you'll see, which could prevent the Dragon attacks, so he might not be incented to do that either. So I'm thinking between these three, I have some options there. But anyway, here's my Granbull. Same set that I brought last year, Impish. Not last year, last week. Wow. Anyway, yeah, like I said, max HP and defense, a little bit of attack. Earthquake, Fire Punch for his grass types and Celesteela, and then Play Rough for like anything else, like Mienshao, I guess. And then Earthquake for Zard. And Heal Bell just because he's holding leftovers. Pretty self-explanatory. I was actually debating putting Rocky Helmet on my Granbull, but I figured since I don't have like any form of recovery, leftovers would be better. I do, however, have Rocky Helmet on my Pelipper because, you know, I figured this would be a decent switch into like Zard, maybe even Weavile, just common physical attackers like Celesteela heavy slamming maybe. This is going to be a decent answer to Celesteela, I've determined. I got Scald, I can potentially burn it, can roost up. Defog, getting rid of hazards, of course, and then U-turn. I've actually put negative speed EVs on, or IVs on my Pelipper, and now that I think about it, Celesteela is commonly speed down nature, so I might just change this to relaxed. I believe that outspeeds Celesteela 141. Yeah, that should be good. I just want to outslow Celesteela, like guaranteed. That way if it leech seeds me, I can U-turn on out of there and then just like get in something that won't be leech seeded, you know. I'm not expecting him to necessarily bring a speed down nature because I think Autotomize can do a lot of work to my team, but just in case, you know, I'd rather outslow Celesteela. That way I can roost, Scald, potentially burn it, and like I said, U-turn on the leech seeds, as well as have Rocky Helmet. I just think Pelipper would do nice all around. I didn't need like Damp Rock or anything, because Rain is basically only going to provide help for Zard, which, like I mentioned, I'm expecting him to bring Thunder Punch on his Zard, so I won't stay in. Celesteela won't be able to hit me as hard with Flamethrower or Fire Blast. I believe that's the only thing. Like Gastrodon, I guess, would get powered up with its Scalds or whatever, but I think that's basically all I wanted to do. Like with that, the main thing is to power down the Zard's fire attacks, of course. but I'm sure it has other options. And then finally, I got a Focus Sash Mamoswine. I'm adamant, max attack, max speed, with Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Stealth Rock, and Ice Shard. I kind of wanted Freeze Dry on this so I could hit Gastrodon, but I don't have room for it. I need Icicle Crash in order to hit specially defensive Celesteela, which I'm thinking he might bring because I got this. That's also why I have Fire Fang on my Garchomp as opposed to Fire Blast. But I'm still debating Freeze Dry, but I think this is good for now. I need Stealth Rock because rocks are always nice. This is not going to be a lead Mamoswine, but I think he might think it might be. That sentence probably didn't make any sense, but these two are my potential rockers, but I'm probably not going to lead either of them. But I just have this Sash in the back. Like I said, I do have Defog on my Pelipper, so if, like, worst case scenario is I don't defog before Mamo comes in, but hopefully that is never the case because, like, I'm expecting Mamo will come in, like, if I get a Zard play wrong, like if it's in against Pelipper at +1/+1 and it does go for a Dragon attack despite Pelipper being able to eat it up and me having Granbull, and I lose my Garchomp here. But I do have this Sashed Mamo in the back, and hopefully rocks won't be up and I'll be able to survive the attack and get off an Earthquake. He might not even bring like standard DD Zard though, so he might have like a bulky one. At that point, I don't think Mamo would outspeed it, but I know Zard would, and just these two, and to some extent Pelipper, are my answers to Zard as well as Granbull. So I think I have Zard covered. I think I have most of his team covered, in fact. So let's just go over the team once again real quick. Got Scizor, let's finish it. Jam in the Trap, most KOs, franchised, Pelipper, and Isolde. So yeah, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to win against Bren, but I think it's going to be a good game regardless. I don't know if I'll enjoy playing it, but I think it's going to be exciting to watch, if that makes any sense. But either way, looking forward to the battle. Hopefully you guys are as well. Thank you for watching, though, and have a good day.